Howdy folks, I'm Black Dragon. Welcome to Black Dragon Biker TV. And as always, we'd like to thank you all for tuning in from wherever it is that you happen to be in the entire world. So I get this question so much. And I think that I try to address it. And I've addressed it 1,000 times and still, it still keeps coming up. And folks will send me their back patches and videos and pictures and emails and ask me the same question all the time. Black Dragon, what patches can I wear on my back that won't piss the 1%ers off? What can I do so that I'm not making them mad and no one's gonna mess with me about my patches? I want to wear patches because I was in the Navy. I want to wear my Marine Corps back patches. I want to wear my affiliation with the Masons, and I want to wear my Q Dog patches. I want to wear my patches. I want to say who I am on my cut. And I don't want to be messed with. I'm in America. I want to wear my cut. So what can I do such that I won't get in trouble with the 1%ers for wearing my cut? The dominant motorcycle clubs. What can I do that a traditional MC won't bounce down upon me and trounce my ass into the dirt and take my cut? What can I do? And kind of smile when I hear it, because I have some particular ways that I feel about it. And the ways that I feel about it aren't necessarily what it is. I find it interesting when guys want to wear cuts, because cuts are specifically designed to be motorcycle club uniforms. So I get a lot of independent guys. I'm independent, but they want to wear a cut. They want to wear a motorcycle club uniform, but not be in a motorcycle club. And then do it in such a way that they can wear this motorcycle club uniform and, but not get any flack about it. I get that. I mean, wear what you want to wear. And, you know, a lot of guys come into this world, they see it on television or they see us rolling by, they want to have a piece of it, they just don't want to have it all. They don't want to have the investment in it that we have in it. So I dig it, I'm cool with it. But still the questions. How do we live the life in the lane without actually having to be on the highway? I get it. So I'm going to try to do this once and for all here so that when you send me a message, I can just refer you to this video. So I'm going to hit you with something that probably blow you away. Most guys in motorcycle clubs could give a damn less about your vest you're wearing. They could really care less. Like, they don't ride around like, oh, that guy's got a vest on. He's trying to wear a cut. Most of us ride our motorcycles without giving a bit of a damn. As long as your motorcycle cut doesn't have MC on it, for most of us, we're not caring. That's most all motorcycle riders. And even guys that have screwed up cuts from screwed up motorcycle clubs, most of the time, nobody says anything to them. Most people don't have the time. It's when you guys insist on going to motorcycle club functions in messed up cuts that you finally get somebody to stomp on you like a bug. I did a video once about, one of my biggest videos, about the Sons of Anarchy cut. And it was kind of interesting because Dibber in the Wind did one many, many years ago, got over 1 million views, and it launched him as Dibber in the Wind. It was one of the first videos I ever saw about him. So when I did mine, I was blown away. I'm still blown away. To this day, it's one of my silliest videos. It's still getting, it's one of my most highest performing videos. Still getting, and I get messages every day. I'll wear whatever I want to wear. It's America. It's only a damn movie. I mean, people are mad. I got one kid that's been following me for 3 years about this damn Sons of Anarchy vest. He'll ask me 50 questions per live about the Sons of... Sometimes we just have to just cut him off. He's so angry. And I've told him 1,000 times, dude, you don't even go to motorcycle club functions. You're a kid. Nobody cares. Oh, shit. Here we go with this weird stuff again. Man, what is this? Every time I go in the woods, we got to deal with this business. What the hell? This wasn't here last week. What is this, Children of the Corn? Holy moly. Okay, here's another place I can't come back to. Absolutely ridiculous. Those of you guys who've been following me, every time we go to the woods somewhere, way back off, we'll be 100 miles in the woods, and here we are with the Children of the Corn stacks. Anyway, so let's talk about this in general terms. If you're in the military, you want to put your unit on your back and you want to put your unit citation patches on and all that kind of stuff, do that. Nobody cares. You got a big eagle and globe on your back, nobody cares. Do that. Have fun with it. Some things you might want to avoid is putting a state rocker on your back. Not because the dominant club really is going to give a damn. There's always going to be some young guy in the club that wants to make a name for himself. That's the guy you really got to worry about. An old veteran's going to look at you and laugh. Or he's going to look at you and say, thank you for your service. Most of these folks don't care. But if you want to stay, and another thing, I used to catch all this hell. Black Dragon is teaching un-Americanism. He's teaching us not to be American. I had an idiot that followed me from the New Mexico desert for 3 years. Created his own webpage and own YouTube page and everything. Dogging me every step of the way. Black Dragon is teaching you how to be un-American. Bro, be how you want to be. Wear what you want to wear. Put on what you want to put on. That's cool by Black Dragon. Black Dragon was just telling you how to keep how to keep from having to stand up for yourself off in the bathroom over there at the pilot. That's all. I'm trying to tell you how to do things a little bit easier. Because I've already made up my mind what I'm going to wear. And that's not going to be taken off me, but some of y'all are new to this. You don't know the first time you run into that, it's like, oh my God, what do I do? Well, Black Dragon made some videos to help you. That's all they were for. Just my opinion. Some things I've seen out here doing this since I was a kid. Thought I might help you. So generally, if you're in the military, you want to put your military stuff on your vest. Nobody's going to be all hating on you about that. Most people are going to say thank you for your service. A lot of times it's your attitude. When you're wearing what you're wearing, it's your attitude and how you carry yourself. Like if you're carrying yourself like the ultimate badass, staring at people all hard, somebody's going to call your card. You know, it's the way it is. So just chill out and have fun and relax. A vest will tell a story. Let your vest tell your story about you. One of my friends sent me something from the Holy Lands. They got all these pop-up motorcycle clubs coming. I saw this one guy, sent me a picture of this guy. This guy's vest looked like he'd been riding 60 years. He had so much uncoordinated ass BS on his vest. Like everybody can read that and know that you're posing. So when you put things on your vest, make sure you know what they mean. If you put the F the world patch on your vest, understand that that brings a certain kind of scrutiny. People are going to want to know what the hell, what do you mean by that? What are you trying to say? Do you know what that means? And if you don't, you kind of look kind of silly. So somebody said any lone wolf back patch recommendations. I did a whole video a few years ago about lone wolf back patches. I personally don't see how they're necessary. If you're a lone wolf, then why would you need a patch to say that? Everybody knows you're a lone wolf because you don't have a motorcycle club patch on your back. A lot of lone wolves hang out in the biker set, in the motorcycle set community. They are almost as well known as the famous bikers around. And I have found that they wear those cuts a lot of times. This is not every one of them, but a lot of times they wear those cuts because when you walk past them initially, you don't recognize that they're not in a club. They're dressed up just like a club guy with their name on the front, and they got a road name and all that stuff. And so a lot of times they blend in easier because they look a lot like us. And they know all the nomenclature, and they know all the handshakes and the secret Dakota ring passwords. And it's not until they're deep in the club that you go, did that patch say Lone Wolf on it? And you start chuckling. But you know, to each his own. Nobody gives them any flack. I don't see the purpose of, if you're a lone wolf and you don't want to be in a club, why you got club looking stuff on? Some people see lone wolf patches as disrespectful. I don't. What I'm really concerned about, as are most bikers, I'm really concerned about what's going on in my club. Are my guys acting right? Are they chasing somebody's woman? Are we going to get in a fight in here because one of my guys can't handle his liquor? I'm really looking at my club. But, you know, just trying to give you some pointers that'll help you out. What does Ironhead say? Something else that's hilarious. When you get chumps that take a name that's already taken and put another patch underneath it. Are we talking about motorcycle clubs, or are we just talking about regular people? I was watching Biker Boys the other night. Were any of the extras in your club? Absolutely. You saw a lot of our patches in there. I made sure of that. Now, if you're a regular old dude, so I think we've handled military. Put your unit citation. One thing though, remember this. There are a lot of guys in motorcycle clubs that have been in the military. Almost all of us. So when you put your green beret patch on, and you weren't in the green beret, or you put your Navy SEAL team patch on, and you weren't a Navy SEAL, some guy walks up to you and asks you 4 questions, and says, all right, and turns around and walks away. Next thing you know, you're surrounded by some guys pissed off because you're fronting. Don't think because it's a bunch of old-looking bikers that they haven't been anywhere. I remember when I was a young man in the Navy, I had just gotten back from Italy or something like that, and I was in Oklahoma. That's where I'm from. I was in a back city way back in Okmulgee somewhere, visiting this girl's parents and grandparents and all this stuff. And we were back there, and I'm talking to these 2 old black guys. And I've got my brand new Pontiac Firebird Trans Am, and I'm just so cool with my glasses, my sunglasses. I just got back from overseas. I had a little money in my pocket, and so I thought I would take the opportunity to brag. And I was like, yeah, I just returned from Italy, blah, 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 blah. And after I talked for about 10 or 15 minutes, the two old 70-year-old guys looked at each other, smiled. Frank, when were we in Sicily? Oh yeah, you mean right after the Battle of the Bulge? And I was just like these guys they had been in my footsteps so many times. They marched through the places that we rode through and picked grapes. They went there and fought and almost died. So a lot of times when you think that these guys haven't, like you're just around a bunch of people that don't know jack, you might get exposed. So when you put that stuff on your vest, your unit citations, and I was first airborne, 101st air, you gotta let that be real. Let that be righteous stuff. Don't add stuff, because it's a good way to get the SHIT kicked out of you. Sitting next to a bar, not because you were wearing a back patch, because you were in there fronting. Keep that in mind. Try not to set your cut up to look like a motorcycle club uniform. Put on, a back patch is cool. You guys want a top rocker and a bottom rocker and all these rockers and a state rocker, and now you're looking like a motorcycle club. Try to stick to one piece back there. Not that anybody cares, but it's like I say, it's that name-seeking guy you got to look out for. That's the guy, the one who wants to show everybody how tough he is in the club. And believe me, his brothers, they're so sick of his ass. They're just looking for a chance to get rid of him. But they have to entertain him, because when we're out together, even if my brother's wrong, I'm going to be on his side. I might get him back to the clubhouse and destroy him. But while he's out there clowning you, I got to kind of back him. So if you see that you're setting up your patch to look like you're a motorcycle club member when you're rolling down the road, expect that if you're quacking like a duck, somebody's going to be wanting to question you and treat you like a duck. Use your vest to tell your story. Put your Route 66 patches on. Put your I love my mommy on. Put all your cool stuff on your vest. If you just must have a back patch, then choose something that's appropriate for what you've done. And try to stay away from things that are going to look like a motorcycle club. Be careful when you put states on your. One thing, a lot of guys are really funny about the state. So if you're going to do something like that, put Austin, Texas, rather than Texas. It's just you don't have to, listen, put what you want on there. I'm just trying to help you out a little bit because you guys keep asking me this question. Can I have this on my patch? We were the Road Warriors. I want to put Road Warriors, but when you start setting that thing up, now, here's the other thing. I get this call. Me and 4 or 5 of my friends, we all grew up together, and we want to put the same patches on, and just so for family identification. We're all family. Okay, this is getting interesting. So once you get your patches, what are you going to do? Well, we just want to ride out together and hang out together. We want to go to the clubs and stuff and a few biker bars. Aha! I knew it. I absolutely knew it. I knew you were going there. Because why do you want all that nomenclature if you're not going to show it off? That's one of the greatest things about wearing a patch, is everybody gets to see it. Remember when I got my prospect patch? I was riding down the highway, sitting so tall, so everybody could see my patch. And it never even dawned on me that most damn people riding in a car didn't even know what that damn thing meant. It was so small, they had no idea. Boy, but it meant something to me. So, if you're gonna ride around in a cluster of people in a unit wearing a patch that all looks the same, and you're going to back them suckers up to a biker bar, then imagine that there'll be some club brothers in there. Hey, I'm getting in shape. I made that hill. Wow. Imagine there's going to be some club brothers in there, and you might get caught on that patch. Why? Because you're quacking like a duck. And when you quack like a duck, and then some of you guys want to go to the next step, the next level. You want to put president on there. A president on what? If you're not a club, what the hell are you president of? Because I promise you, when you start looking like a motorcycle club, acting like a motorcycle club, and hanging out where motorcycle club people go, then you're going to be treated like that. And people are going to expect, and I said, then make a club. It's not hard. Make a riding club, make a motorcycle club, announce yourself, go through the steps, and you won't have to send me these questions. You'll be recognized. And it feels good to be recognized. A lot of hard work, but it feels good. Stop trying to skirt the system. But that's those guys. There are other guys that just sincerely want to wear their patches. And I also say, with your patches, be careful of the message you're sending. If you put a Grim Reaper on your back, you might be really feeling that. But those things send out messages. And first message it sends, oh, this guy must be the Lord of Death. Let's find out how bad his ass really is. That's something to consider. Now, if you're really that bad, then you want that on there. You want all the negative attention it's going to bring. You get what you're looking for. Be careful about what you emulate. You see something on somebody else's vest, it looks cool. I learned that in college. There were some guys that were, the fraternities that I was used to, these guys had steps. They had the steps that they did. There were some guys that had these little canes, and they'd throw them up in the air and do their thing and catch the cane and it's spinning. And man, I thought that was the coolest thing. So as those guys were, I was from Oklahoma. I didn't know no better. Them guys were practicing them steps. I jumped off the wall, tried to bust a couple of those moves. Imitation, the greatest form of flattery. Not with those guys. I found myself surrounded and questioned passionately. What the hell do you think you're doing? Getting our steps? Your steps, I didn't know steps were owned by people. You have a receipt for some steps? You got our steps, you're taking our steps. We'll kick your ass. Try to get our steps. Wow, I didn't know that these steps were claimed. I never got any trouble when I was trying to emulate James Brown. He never got mad at me taking the steps, but hey man, if, there's like 15 of y'all and only one of me, I'm only a 6-degree black belt, so you guys can have your steps, man. I'm sorry, I apologize this time. I'll never do that again. Be careful what you emulate out there. Emulation, imitation is not always the greatest form of flattery. Sometimes people get really territorial about their steps and about their patches. It's just the way it is. Try to make sure that everything you wear represents you, your accomplishments. If you got jump wings or submarine dolphins or Green Beret, long range reconnaissance patrol, pins, whatever you got, make sure they represent you. You can fully explain them. None of this, well, I can't tell you that, or I have to kill you because I worked with James Bond and them, and people, they ain't buying that. Somebody says I have a jean jacket with patches from all the dealerships in the states and countries I've been to, but I won't put anything on my leather vest unless I join a club. To be honest with you, somebody says Chucky family first. Yes. To be honest with you, even if I had a leather vest that had all that on it, I think that'd be cool too. I don't think anybody'd mess with you about that. Uh, all these little patches of all the dealerships you went to, that's a cool vest. That talks about who you are, your thing out here in the biker world. And actually, I think it would bring you one hell of a lot of cool conversations about who you are, who you were, where you've been, the rides you've been on, because all bikers like that, even club bikers. Believe it or not, we love to talk about riding motorcycles. So that to me, that's an amazing and an outstanding vest. And I would, man, if I saw that vest on you, I'd love to talk to you about it. Have any more questions? Hope I'm trying to cover everything here. You shouldn't rock patches you didn't earn, and don't try to look like a tough guy, of course. I hope we've done that. Religious patches and stuff like that, absolutely. Wear that. Wear things you're passionate about. You've been to the petrified forest. Absolutely, put that patch on your vest. You got a family crest. I've seen guys do family crest before. We're the bunches. Marine Corps patches. Somebody said absolutely. Put your Marine Corps patches on. Just be you. Somebody says you can tell the actual tough guys because they don't look like they're trying. No, not at all. As a matter of fact, that's because they ain't trying. They don't want you to know they're tough. Let's see if I have anything else on here. Come back here. I think that's your vest jacket, whatever you can almost be looked at as history of your riding. My old cut off denim jacket, 6 colors from the 60s, fell apart a long time ago. Yeah, if you got a jacket from the 60s, that's really cool. And it tells one hell of a story. So when you ask me, hey, Black Dragon, can I wear my patch on my vest from blah, blah, blah? Absolutely. The things I would try to stay away from is I would try to stay away from the 3-piece patch. And I'll tell you why. Not because anybody gives a damn. Not because anybody gives a damn. Because like I say, 99% of people that see that, they don't care. But when you have the 3-piece patch on, top, bottom, center rocker, top rocker, bottom rocker, centerpiece, when you have that on, when you pass by people, you look like you're in a club. When you ride past them, you look like you're in a club. So you might get a little bit of discernment. People are looking to see who and what you are. You might bring eyes to you that you wouldn't normally bring. So that's why I talk about that. But there's nothing wrong with it. As I say, most folks really won't give a damn about what your patches say. The people you really got to look for is those folks that aren't handling their liquor. Maybe they had a bad day on the job, might have just got fired. Maybe they're trying to show off for their club brothers. Any old kind of thing could run you into a little bit of hassle. And when you get that hassle, you got to be straight up about whatever it is you do in life. You got to be straight up about it. You got to be, I ain't taking no noise mode. I'm not taking that noise from you, my bro. Hello. So, be grown. The world is not promised to you. Like everything's going to be easy and Black Dragon can't tell you that you can wear these patches and you're going to be okay. Black Dragon can't tell you that. What Black Dragon can tell you is, my experience has been such and such and so and so. That's been my experience. That's all Black Dragon can tell you. There's no guarantees out here. When you're a grown man and you take a walk down the street and you play 3-card Marley. And never forget when I was in the Navy, we went to New York City. We were going to go to Delancey Street and buy some clothes. And as we're walking, this guy's got this shell game or card game. I think it was a card game. It was a shell, something where he'd move these shells around. And then you would pick up the peanut underneath it or whatever. So I'm looking at this and I'm like, there's no way in hell his hands are moving faster than my eyes. I could see that peanut the whole time. But I says to myself, my mother told me when you join the Navy and people have them card games and stuff, they are not in it to lose. So no matter how easy they make it look, don't play it. But obviously somebody didn't tell my buddy that. So he decides to play the 3 shell game or whatever. And that guy's moving them shells. He's got $100 down. And right when he's about to pick up the shell and get the peanut from underneath it, this damn chick with a baby bumps into this guy so hard. But he didn't lose his attention on the game. He kind of looked at her. The guy pulled the shell out from underneath the peanut from underneath the shell. So obviously the girl was in on it. So he screams to the guy, I saw you move that. I saw you move it. The guy had already snatched his 100, packing up his little guard. He goes to grab the guy, and the girl has a piece on him so fast, like, it was beautiful. It was beautiful. But what she didn't know, what they didn't know, is he was there with his military buddies. So it got ugly out there in New York City on Delancey Street. Never forget that. But what I'm saying is, you never know. When you walk out the door, you never know what you're going to be facing. You never know what's going to be going on. Was it Delancey Street? It wasn't Delancey Street. It was some place where you go shopping. Maybe it was Delancey Street. I'm trying to think of it, what it was. It was a long time ago, 30 years ago. But you don't know what's going on out there. Whatever's going on, it could turn ugly at any minute. So a grown man is always ready to protect himself. And that means everything from keeping your wallet in your pocket to keeping your lunch money in your pocket. And if you're the kind of guy that gives up your lunch money, then you'll be the kind of guy that gives up your cut. Whether it's right or wrong, whether you have permission to wear it or not, or whether you are in the right or they're in the wrong. If you're the kind of guy that's going to give up your lunch money, then be prepared to kindly and graciously give up your cut every time, and you'll most likely be safe. If you ain't that guy, they'll be able to tell, and you'll probably keep your cut, even if your cut is wrong. I've seen it all out there. At least I think I have. And that's my 2 cents. So I'd love to hear your 2 cents in the comment section below. Let us know about some times that somebody might have tried to take your cut, or if you're a civilian, what kind of cuts do you wear? And I say cut, really it's a vest. I don't really call it a cut unless it's a motorcycle club uniform. But what do you wear? What do you do? What have your experiences been? We'd love to know. We got gear, blackdragonsgear.com. You can catch us on Black Dragon Biker TV on Facebook, Instagram TV, and YouTube, which is where we are now. We got a store shelf underneath every video. Please go on that store shelf and support this channel by buying some of our t-shirts or something. We would absolutely appreciate that. And Black Dragon Biker TV and our online news magazine is The Dragon's Lair Motorcycle Chaos. No, that's our podcast, The Dragon's Lair Motorcycle Chaos. And the online news magazine is bikerliberty.com. I need some 3x5 cards. So check us out on all those places. Please give us a thumbs up on this video. 105 of you folks watching. So give me 100 thumbs up. I'd absolutely appreciate it. I am the Black Dragon, the host of this channel. That's my 2 cents. Let me hear yours in the comment section below. Thanks for tuning in. Get out here and walk in this 100 degrees and get skinny.